Hello there, it's a pleasure to meet you. It looks like you and I will be spending quite a bit of time together from now on, and I couldn't be more pleased. I'm so excited to show you all the wonderful things we're going to be able to do together, so let's start getting acquainted. Now, my body parts aren't exactly like yours, but they do have specific names that will allow you to understand how to use me to the best of my ability. I have a band, a case, a bezel, hands, crowns, dial, and a date window. I also reference everything from my face in terms of 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. First things first, I tell the time. To set my clock, pull out the crown at the 3 o'clock position so that it clicks twice. Then, rotate the crown until the local time is set. It's best to do this during the day so you can make sure the date doesn't change in the middle of the day. Now, push in the crown once. Rotate the crown towards you to set the date. It will move quickly. Then rotate the crown away from you to set the second time zone hand or red hand. My best feature is my ability to tell 3 times. Essentially, I have 2 clocks on my face and a third around the bezel. The first one is the standard clock. The second is the 24-hour clock that is indicated by the red hour markings and red hand. You can set this second time to any time zone in the world. Mine's set to Greenwich Mean Time in Europe. The third time zone is where it gets really fun. You will notice the outside bezel rotates either by grabbing it or by rotating a crown at the 4 o'clock position. I always set up my third time zone by asking the question, when it's 12 noon at home, what time is it here? So for example, if I lived in Seattle but was in New York, I would say to myself, when it's 12 noon in Seattle, it's 3 p.m. in New York. Then I would simply rotate the 3 on the outside bezel to the 12 noon on the main face. Now, the hour hand points to the third time zone on the outside bezel. The outside bezel shows me New York time, while I still have Seattle time on the main face. No pulling out crowns, no changing the time on the watch, just use the outside bezel and it's that easy. Try it with me now. Let's imagine we live in New York and you are travelling in Aspen, Colorado. So simply ask yourself, when it's 12 noon in New York, it's what time in Aspen? 10 o'clock. And you simply rotate the number 10 on the outside bezel to be opposite the 12 o'clock. If you're a pilot like I am, then you would know what time to follow your flight plan, what time it is wherever you landed, and what time it is back home, so you know when to call a family. All on one face. And you didn't have to adjust anything except the outside bezel. If you want something to last, it'll need a little TLC. I'm no exception. My battery will last about 2 years before dying, but I would recommend you change it once a year. You'll get many more years out of my movement that way. When you do get my battery changed, I use a silver oxide battery, number 370SR920SW. Have the watchmaker show you I am working when you pick me up, and if it doesn't work, make sure they've really changed the battery. Water resistance. I am water resistant up to 50 metres or 165 feet. This does not mean that I am waterproof down to that level. It just means that I can temporarily withstand pressures that would be felt at those depths. Wearing me while washing your hands or doing the dishes is okay, but taking me in the shower or wearing me in the hot tub I would not advise, since steam gets into places that water cannot. Wading in a pool is okay, but extreme swimming or diving would not be a good idea. Feel free to use me in water, but if you do, get my insides checked every 2 years and have a watch shop check my water resistance. If you do get water inside me, immediately stop wearing me and contact the Abingdon Co. I'll go in for minor outpatient surgery and everything will be okay. Keep in mind though that water damage is not covered under warranty since it is not a manufacturer's defect. Every now and then I do need a good cleaning. The best way to clean my leather or steel band is with mild soap and cold water. If I'm really dirty, a soft toothbrush or a cotton cloth will help. Rinse my band with water and pat me dry with a soft cloth. For my case and crystal, just a gentle wipe with a moist cloth is all I need. Feel free to give me a thorough cleaning as much as you like. And since we're on the subject of bands and wear, I want to let you know about leather bands and gold plating. Any leather band that you dress me up with will typically last 6 to 8 months with everyday wear. Skip the first loop altogether for a longer last. Metal bands last as long as possible, but keep in mind the pins that hold the band on at my case may wear out or break if you handle me roughly. It's okay though. Those are wear and tear items and can easily be replaced. All of the bands at the Abingdon Co are interchangeable, so if you want to give me a whole new look, a band is an inexpensive way to do it. And with my beautiful gold plating, please know that it can react in different ways with different people. The plating is done through an ionisation process, which means it's intended to last very long. However, a person that drinks water all the time versus someone who drinks soda all the time will affect the plating differently. The plating will wear quicker with someone who has more acidity in their body. So please keep that in mind, and if you are ever in need of a replacement band or want a replating, contact the Abingdon Co and they will work with you. And last, but definitely not least, warranty. We prefer that you are wearing your watch instead of keeping it in a drawer broken, so we'll work with you. Should you need to send the watch in for repair, call 702 530 9438. A PDF version of this manual can be found on our website.